What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be checking out Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP, pretty much wrapping up our altcoin for this week. Next week, we will be doing another altcoin. If you guys have a different option towards altcoin besides Cardano, let me know down below, because it looks like we are probably going to end up doing Cardano next week, but definitely let me know of other altcoins you might want to see. Otherwise, guys, we do have a couple of things to discuss in today's video. Obviously, the chartings for those cryptos, as well as the coin market cap, and then we have two pretty important, things to discuss. Obviously, the first thing I really want to talk about is the fact that Litecoin is on an adoption spree right now, and it is added as a collateral option on Nexo, which is pretty, awesome. And then we see Litecoin up 100% in its Q1 performance record. So that's also pretty phenomenal. Otherwise, guys, we're doing a giveaway at 10,000 subscribers for some free, I believe, cryptocurrency, probably $100 giveaway. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Otherwise, guys, make sure to subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications. This way you don't miss out on any important crypto-related information, as well as leave a giant thumbs up. This way I know you guys like the content. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So guys, before I begin with the coin market cap, I just want to show you guys our homepage of the channel, and hopefully you guys can take note of what exactly is right here. As you can see, that says Crypto TV is at 8,003 subscribers, which means just yesterday we hit another milestone on the channel, or this morning, I believe. Basically, this morning we broke through 8,000 subscribers, which is huge. I've been doing YouTube for less than a year, and the fact that we're probably going to hit 10K at some point within 2019 is pretty awesome. Probably within the next month or two is pretty astonishing to me, considering this is just blowing up in proportion on the channel. So thank you guys for all the support, guys. Like I said, giveaway is now less than 2,000 subscribers away, so make sure you subscribed. Otherwise, guys, let's jump into the coin market cap. As you guys can see, as this loads up, should be 1 second. There we go. Market cap is 144.19, indicating we are starting to see some more neutral levels. Yesterday it was 143, today's 144. Not really much of a difference. 24-hour volume is actually slowing down, and Bitcoin dominance is actually getting lower. So we're seeing a pretty stable sideways market. Volume is pretty much dipping down, dying off, which is an indicator that markets are trading sideways. And as I scroll down, you can see that's pretty much what we're seeing. Past couple of days we did see this massive spike that happened in our price graph in terms of volume. It shot us much higher. Binance coin doing much different. If you guys want to see Binance coin, let me know, and we'll decide tomorrow what coin we should review. Otherwise, Tether is also just trading sideways. A lot of these coins took a pretty big spike, I believe 2 days ago, and they're now just flatlining out and going back to their natural, normal path. You can see Bitcoin is still above $4,000, which is pretty awesome. Litecoin's so freaking close to EOS. We're about $47 million off, which I know sounds like a lot, but in the crypto space it's actually quite minute. It's really not that much compared to the overall market cap, which is 144 billion. 48 million, 47 million is really not that much. Otherwise, you can see a lot of, sideways movement where some prices are up, some prices are down, but they're about even, only 0.4% shift in either direction. Not really much, nothing to really get, get into a discussion over. Dash is taken off 10%, double-digit coin. We also see Tezos, after we made a, I believe, video yesterday or the day before discussing why Tezos is deciding to climb up. Tezos is tied in with Coinbase right now in terms of what they're doing with bigger financial institutions and investing. So that's an interesting thing to see Tezos start to take off. It's doing very, very, very well. This is a beautiful uptrend that we're seeing. We may have to review that. Maybe it's a special coin to review next week as well. But for the most part, markets are pretty much consolidating out. Otherwise, guys, if you want to make some extra cryptocurrency in a sideways market, there is a way how to do that. Basically, the second link in the description is a link to the ABRA exchange. It's pretty awesome what they're doing. They're doing a promotion right now. All you have to do is sign up with that link if you're new, deposit $5 of USD from a bank account into the app, into the exchange, and they will send you a free $25 of Bitcoin. We've had over 150 people take advantage of this. It does help support the channel, so I really do appreciate that, and obviously you guys will be getting a lot of that back once we break 10,000 subs. So huge shout out to the people who have already signed up. If you're new and you haven't yet signed up, definitely recommend checking out that second link. Otherwise, guys, moving on to the articles for discussion today. So some really major points as to why I said in the title why I'm buying Litecoin is basically because it says Litecoin on adoption spree. It's on an adoption spree, and as we've talked in many weeks of videos, Litecoin is doing some pretty big things. They're really trying to push themselves to be, the number one coin, the number one mainstream merchant coin token that people are accepting and know about. And it seems like that's pretty much what they're doing. So it says Litecoin witnessed significant adoption this year, both in traditional sense and in the crypto sphere. Litecoin today has established itself as one of the most preferred altcoins among investors and traders around the world. That's pretty much what I'm talking about. The digital silver has now been added as one of the collateral options for instant credit lines of Nexo, a digital currency loan provider. Nexo made an announcement through its official Twitter handle stating, "We are thrilled to announce Litecoin as the newest collateral option for Nexo's instant credit lines. Litecoin holders can now access instant cash in 45 different fiat currencies while keeping the upside potential for their Litecoin," which is pretty awesome. It seems like it's similar to Salt. I'm not sure exactly how Saltcoin and Nexo play out. I may have to do some more digging and maybe I'll post about it, but that's pretty awesome to see all these different, collaborations and achievements Litecoin's making within the community. We know about the all different, the film festival. We had the UFC arena. We have a ton of other different things. They're even sponsoring certain athletes. It's huge. They're really pushing mainstream adoption, and that's driving, its market cap up, significantly. So that's something to think about, in terms of payment options and whether or not you should invest in this long term. You don't really see many other markets. I know you hear about XRP, you kind of hear about Ethereum, but Litecoin takes, the gold when it comes to, pushing mainstream adoption. And that's really, my focal point for today's episode as to why I'm buying in Litecoin, more long term. Otherwise, it is also up 100% in its first quarter performance. So, we break it down into 4 quarters. This first quarter for Litecoin is doing very well. And what I mean by that is Litecoin's price has doubled in the first 3 months of 2019 to register its best first quarter performance on record. The 4th largest crypto by market cap is currently trading at $61, representing a 100% gain on January's opening price of $30. It clocked a 6-month high of $64 earlier this month, according to Bitfinex data. Last year, prices had dropped to $48, $30, $24, $49, 48%, 30%, 24%, and 49% in each quarter, respectively. The 4th quarter losing streak was the 2nd largest on record, and we saw prices fall by 86%. So obviously Litecoin's 100% rise in quarter 1 is the biggest first quarter gain on record. Litecoin has never shot up that quickly. That means if you bought in maybe 10 grand back in January and you sold now, you'd have 20 grand. So pretty much double your money. It's a pretty awesome investment, and I can only see it going up from here. Otherwise, guys, moving on to the chartings and really getting involved into what exactly is happening. I did tweak the charts just a slight bit. Now, for those of you who are who have me on Patreon, definitely thank you for supporting me. And if you guys want access to the charts, definitely check that out too. Basically, I tweaked some of the graphs just a slight bit so we can kind of understand, where we are. And there were some improvements that could have been made. But otherwise, let's look at the graphs really quick. All right, guys. So I'm on the Litecoin chart right now. Litecoin to US dollar, Coinbase, and you can see that we are still, prominently in an ascending triangle. And I've had a lot of people comment other opinions on how exactly these graphs are. Now, these graphs are totally opinionated, guys. What I see may be different than what you see. There's no right or wrong answer to, charting. So for those of you who are saying I'm doing it wrong, it's kind of an opinion towards what exactly this is. I'm just showing you guys merely my personal view of the markets and what patterns I personally see. That's what I say. It gives you guys a different, a different aspect, you're seeing things through a different set of eyes is basically what I'm trying to do. I may see something you guys might not, and vice versa. A lot of you guys send me, different ways of viewing the charts, and I like to see it differently because sometimes you guys are right and I didn't see it. So I try to add that in, and I obviously let you guys know. But that's why I like to have a little bit of diversity. It also helps you guys as well build a set of data and a conglomerate of data where you can then make your investments wisely off of that instead of just doing a biased one-sided opinion. But otherwise, going off of that, you can see on Litecoin's daily, I did tweak this graph a little bit, and I want to show you what exactly I did. I had this about here, and you can see what I was referring to right there, and I just moved this ever so slightly like that. That's all I really did. And what that did was it now made this a firm point and this a firm point. And you can see we're still involved in this ascending wedge formation, obviously hitting resistance at $62. So that review on that website that we did earlier was in fact correct. It was a couple of videos ago, and you can see that we are trading sideways still. And building up some, we're boiling. We're building up some resistance, and we're going to build up some support, and we could, eventually pop. You can see what we did here previously, trading out sideways. It's pretty much what we're now doing again, and we could see a pretty big move to the upside. Now, obviously, there is a small channel here that some of you guys may want to, chart. I can throw this on here. It wasn't that necessary, but you can see, yes, we are in a small channel moving sideways. And, with this uptrend, if we hold firm, which we've done in the past, we should inevitably break bullish and to the upside. Now, obviously, there are some concerning factors. Litecoin's daily nearing overbought. We are above our high-low MMA. Let's check out our 4-hour super quick. So 4-hour looks really good. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. You can see on the 4-hour for Litecoin's chart what exactly is happening. We're literally neck and neck with this uptrend right now. So we're probably going to anticipate some sort of move probably tomorrow, if not tonight, because we are just recently testing this. You can see pretty much no price movement whatsoever. Volume has pretty much just gone stagnant and pretty low. And with that sideways movement is an indication that we are going to see some pretty big, aggressive, violent, vigorous, injection of volume into the market, and we're either going to see one of two things. We're either going to see obviously a bullish run or a bearish run. If we break to the downside, we're probably going to head over to $50. That's where I'll probably start to throw in dollar cost average. Actually, $48 is where I'd start, basically retesting its high-low MMA. Otherwise, if it breaks bullish, it could obviously shoot up very nicely to $66, $67. I know it's a small jump, but it's pretty big when you're going up, $6 to $7 on a coin that's only $60. So that's a pretty awesome move there. But we're obviously going to track, and we're going to wait. Once we see that movement, then we can adjust our positions and see which way we'll buy in. Moving on to Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin looks really well, actually. Obviously, as you saw yesterday, we were just facing what exactly this, spinning top, ascending not ascending triangle, spinning top, really, really, really wide wick candle had in store. You can see we did have this, purple uptrend here, and we were battling our high-low MMA. And you can see we managed to break above that. We ended the day higher than the uptrend, which is beautiful. The fact that we're now above our high-low MMA, we can start to use it as a support. You can see we're currently retesting the uptrend again, but if we can consolidate, maybe trade out sideways, even if we break out of the uptrend and just kind of hug our high-low MMA, something like this, we can eventually lower our RSI back down to 50, and then we can continue to progress higher. Otherwise, we are holding on very well, and there's still plenty of potential for Bitcoin to move up higher. Let's check out the 4-hour to confirm that. I think more or less Bitcoin has a chance of pulling lower. It's nearing overbought not only on its daily, but its 4-hour too, and a small pullback to around $4,000, $3,990. Retesting its high-low MMA on its 4-hour would probably make more sense for this coin to consolidate down, and then it could most likely pull further using its uptrend, the purple line, more as a resistance instead of a support. It will act as a resistance from the bottom up. Otherwise, moving on to Ethereum, guys, and then we'll wrap things up with XRP. Ethereum looks very nice. I'm gonna have to eventually extend its purple uptrend, because I do think this is going to come into play very, very, very soon, and I'll show you what I mean. Let me just extend this a little bit further. Okay, so there we go. So now you can see we did elongate our support, and what I mean by that is the fact that we did break bullish from here. We saw the wide consolidation, and we're finally going pretty stagnant. We're pretty far away from that uptrend, and we pretty much need consolidation like this to meet back up with the purple line, and that will allow us to break off once again and shoot up higher. Otherwise, we're going to probably come back down and trade out like this, not pull straight back down. But otherwise, we really do need to retest our uptrend once again before we can continue to make higher progressive moves. Lastly, XRP looks pretty nice. Again, not really much going on with XRP. It looks like it's kind of setting up for something pretty darn big, in my opinion, mainly because we're trading at 50 on the RSI. Extremely low volume. We just had this, hiccup in the market. We're back now above our uptrend, as well as the downtrend. So we're pretty much tied right in between here, and we're just trading at sideways. Very simple, very low volume. So I'm honestly anticipating sideways movement like this as we consolidate in, and then a boom and a boom, either direction. And obviously we'll figure that out as it gets closer. The main reason I say that is because, you know, we could have consolidated this long. For a lot of people, the reason I chart is because this is just consolidation, but this doesn't tell you when we're going to see an injection of volume. You know, it could be a waiting game, but with the charts, it helps us, you know, pinpoint an area on the charts that will help us decide when volume is coming. So instead of, you know, holding off, you know, I knew the entire time charting all of this, we're not really going to see much of a movement until we get closer to the beginning of April. So that's pretty much what I knew. So I wasn't really looking at XRP that much because I knew once we got closer, then I would spend more time charting it and taking a better gander. So now that it's coming very close, I'm starting to spend a little more time, and I'm anticipating a pretty big move within the next week, if not next couple of days, and then we could see a pretty big progressive jump to even 35 cents. You know, from a coin that's 30 cents up 5 cents is a pretty big percentage jump. But otherwise, guys, that's going to sum up today's episode. Like I said, thank you guys for helping me break 8,000 subscribers. We're about to hit 10K. Like I said, we will be doing a giveaway. Otherwise, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, check out the ABRA link, leave a giant thumbs up, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.